All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have concluded what is. It seemed like a marathon. I think I was about 2 years younger, but by the time this game started, game two, and we are now done with that. It has been a sweep for Sioux City East. They take Sergeant Bluff Luton 3-2. Take both games. Coach Miller, I have with me right now, and Coach, I gotta ask, how's your heart rate right now?
Still pumping. Way too fast. Way too fast. I'll probably be up till 2 a.m. because I won't be able to. Just laying in bed, seeing my own heartbeat on the ceiling.
I love that. And man, there is so much to like about this game.
Yep.
Game two in particular. Game one, first we'll talk about I think 4 or 5 home runs with 20-4 the final. I mean, that's what you want to see the power out of there. But what were your thoughts? I mean, did you think that you would get 4 or 5 home runs out of this? I mean, it seemed like everyone contributed in the lineup, but you got power in game one.
Yeah, I mean, we know that we have some guys that they can get after it,
yep.
And you know, we got some really explosive athletes. But so again, a little bit smaller field down here, at Sergeant Bluff, and again, it's sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it.
Yep.
If it works against you, but. You know, we had a couple home runs, a couple first career home runs, one for Bodie Colling, which actually he is so explosive right now, and he works so hard. He put on 20 pounds in this offseason. So yeah, he's killing it. And then Chris Ford, first career home run. He's actually like that was his third game this season because he's running track and had state track last week and didn't play in any games, and he's very limited on live at bats. So that was a fun one for him to pop that.
Oh man, it seemed like so much was in the rhythm, and everything went well. Again, you won big game one, but I want to ask, what was the message? Because after that game, because in the end, we got the game that we all thought we would have in game two, right? We knew at least one game would be tense, down to the wire, last inning. What was the message that you gave the team following game one?
We always make sure that they remember runs don't carry over. So game two, it starts 0-0. And anytime you play a team, especially a competitive team, a team that's ranked, whatever they are, 3 and 3A or whatever they are, like that's a very good team. I just told the guys, I said, I promise you, Sergeant Bluff is not here tonight to get swept. And so just to kind of help get them locked in and focused and then also not, to not worry about them. Like we did not come here for 1. We came here for 2. And that kind of gets the juices going and came out and played a fun, really intense game too.
And we'll get to especially the late game intensity there. But first and foremost, team gets down 2-0 on that 2-run double. And then it takes all the way to the 5th inning. What was going through your head? I mean, as you go from inning 1 to 5, you're still down 2-0. It just seemed like there was still a lot of composure being had by the squad.
Yeah, we again we're a year older and we got everybody back, and so a year older doesn't necessarily guarantee success, but it usually improves your your experience, and it makes kids more confident in the box. It makes them a little more composed, maybe when they're hitting with 2 strikes, if they have a bad at-bat or maybe 2 bad at-bats or something, didn't go great on the field. They have that experience to be able to flush that, move on to the next play because, the previous play doesn't have any bearing on the next play. And so that's probably the biggest thing. And again, we talk – again, I don't want to wait until the 5th inning, which it seems like we've kind of waited. A few of our games we kind of score middle to late in the game. Yep. But we just kind of continue to remind the guys, and we have confidence. But we're a sleeping giant, and it's just stick to the process and just continue. Thank you, and just continue on that and have confidence and just good stuff will start to happen to guys that are doing things right. When you're attacking the right pitches, when you play the game the right way, when you're making loud outs and loud contact, when you run the bases well, when you play good defense, like good things will start to happen.
Yeah.
And that's just one thing we preach. And so again, kids are more experienced this year. And so last year where they would maybe start to tense up and get worked up, they just don't.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean they don't get worked up. They do, but they just, man, they pick each other up, and one guy starts to get worked up, and the other guy will kind of, hey, no, man, like, it's cool. And then, the next day it's like flip-flopped. It's like the guy that had the good composure, now it's awesome, man. We really are just a dugout full of, family members, man. We all just love each other, and the kids love each other, and they play for each other. And it's a great atmosphere in there.
And yeah, it certainly was. And I want to take us now to the 2-run home run that tied it up. What did you see from that swing? Because that ball seemed to it just seemed to hang in the air forever. I know this is a little bit of a shorter porch, but I mean, that ball I think would have been gone in any stadium. But to come through when you need to tie the game like that, and then on top of that, Jack Steeler, who by my account, Coach, got on base every time up. Yeah. Which is, I don't think I've broadcasted a game that's had that. So, kudos. And that was absolutely thrilling. But take us through the home run and then Jack Steeler with a clutch hit to win it, or what was essentially the win.
Yeah. Well, now that you mentioned that, you are correct. Jack Steeler got on base every single at-bat tonight. I didn't notice that until now. He went double, walk, hit by pitch, double, E4, still got on base, and then he went single, 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 single in game 2. And so, I mean, that describes Jack Steeler for us, man. He's our dude. Like, he's the guy that he's going to go up there. Like, first game he hit 3 doubles, and then game 2 he had 2 infield singles. And so again, he can do it in multiple ways, and he's our little worker bee. But so back to that, Jax comes up, hits a single, gets on first base, and then Cal comes up. I mean, again, one of my favorite ways to describe Cal. I mean, he has lots of great attributes. Like, he works hard. He's a weight room guy. His teammates love him. He loves his teammates. He picks dudes up. All that stuff. But my favorite way to describe him is he's a gamer. Mm-hmm. He just has that clutch gene in him. It's in football, he's our quarterback. And when the game's on the line, you put the ball in your quarterback's hands. And so for us, it's when the game's on the line, he's ready to deliver when he needs to. And so, again, obviously I didn't necessarily know, hey, he's going to hit a home run here. But I just knew, with Jax coming up, I'm like, hey, something good's coming. Here we go. Top of the lineup. Here we go. And so he got that single, and then Cal, I mean, he got all that thing, and we are, a little bit shorter park here, but like that one was going anywhere. And so it was good to just see him kind of cut loose on that one. And man, the amount of emotion, I think my wrist is still red from where he slapped me running by third base so hard. That was in the 5th inning. So, and then again, we continue to play and we go through, and then Jax comes back up. And again, anytime the top of our lineup is coming back up, we are excited, we're happy. And so we got Dane Milton out of our 8-hole, hit by pitch, which he does a great job. He just is a team guy. He'll do anything. He'll hit by pitch. He'll walk. He'll bunt whenever you need him to. He'll fight like heck on 2 strikes, and he'll just do anything. So anyways, he grinds his way through an at-bat. He gets a hit by pitch, and then just we end up getting him moved to second base, and then it's like, again, why would we think anything else? Like, here comes Jack Steeler with the line drive single to put us up 1 run in the, whatever that was, the 6th or 7th. I don't remember. Kind of a blur.
It was, I mean, certainly those last 2 innings take me through just the intensity of that. I mean, you saw Jack Steeler, you saw him come onto the field, just have that intensity, emotion, not in a negative way or malicious way by any means, but we saw that intensity. Claiborne has a lot of intensity. We saw that from him today. But those, this 5th, 6th, and 7th seem to be excitingly tense, I think is how I would want to put it. But what did you kind of notice in there? I know game 1, we kind of had a couple mishaps. I know that they ended up getting a call reversed on the, Jack Steeler going out there near the dugout on the interference there. But I know there's a couple instances, runner taken off to second, had to get taken back. But in the end, it's just, you saw the emotion. When the strikeouts happened, when the hits happened, you saw these guys come out there.
It's it's a testament to how hard they've worked all offseason and how important it is to them. Yeah, they play with so much emotion, and the problem is when you're playing with so much emotion, as is the other team, and so sometimes you get some mixed signals, and sometimes it's easy to mistake a lot of emotion for your team with oh, he's getting too worked up or whatever, and again, like in a good healthy contest.
Yep.
Lots of emotion back and forth, and I love it, and the fans are getting into it.
Yeah, I love that.
And again, our kids, they're normal kids, and so the fans start to get to them a little bit sometimes, and that's normal. And again, we just use it as a teaching moment. And again, they do a great job of picking each other up. And again, one kid, if he starts to get a little bit too worked up, you got all of a sudden I got Case and Claiborne across the field is like, hey, head down, focus up, here we go. And those are just those are great, attributes to have. Not normal for kids to have that type of instinct. And so just really emotional, especially in the last 3 innings. And I think again, playing emotionally, we still were able to keep our composure enough to continue to execute our pitching plan and then our offense late too. So
yeah, oh man, and what a great game. And again, Coach, it was exciting from day one, from the get-go here. Great doubleheader win for you guys. I know that there's more to be had. There's still a great season to be had, but man, you gave us quite the good game here today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hopefully, we knew it was going to be a big doubleheader. We've known since the end of last year, like Sergeant Bluff's going to be good. They bring everybody back. They got a lot of good players. They pitch it. They field it. They got great athletes. They swing it. Obviously, they run the bases. So we knew this was going to be a dogfight. We came in here prepared, and the kids were in a great headspace as we showed up, and it started at BP. They were very focused and locked in, and so we just, again, luckily we came out on the right side of it. And again, in games like that, baseball's a weird sport. The ball the ball might bounce different, and all of a sudden you lose 3-2, and so we'll just continue to build off this momentum, and like you said, hopefully we got some more doubleheader wins coming our way.
No doubt about that. Hey, Coach, thanks again. As always, a pleasure. And, hey, we'll catch you some more down the road.
Yes, for sure. I appreciate the coverage.